our military equipment with the highest annual maintenance cost. Which model? You won't feel. Maintaining an aircraft carrier fleet is the most expensive thing. Then you guess. Which one is more expensive to maintain, J-20 or DF for one? No doubt military equipment to maintain. 5th Battalion 2. According to external sources, US F-22 Raptor flight operating costs of stealth fighters up to $85,000 per hour of flying. About our MB 600,000. Let's look at our J-20. This invisible beast is not cheap to raise. According to overseas speculation, the cost of a J-20 flight hour up to hundreds of thousands of RMB. About the same as the US F-22. Another estimate says 1 hour flight cost around 400,000 to 500,000 RMB. This invisible big cat drinks more than just unleaded gasoline. There is also a stealth coating, and this super powerful power system needs a lot of maintenance. Take F-22 as an example. He flies for 1 hour. It takes more than 30 hours. Carry out various maintenance on the ground, and every 300 flying hours means a month of grounding. Overhauled stealth layer taking up 1/3 of the time. Think about it. We will face a similar situation when we take over 20. Hundreds of thousands of dollars per hour in flight fees. The fuel cost alone is quite a lot. The maintenance cost of a cycle is frighteningly high. There is an industry saying F-20 to change the whole machine layer. It costs more than 4 million RMB. Although G-20 uses a newer generation of paint, but it also needs to be replaced regularly. Plus engine overhaul, non-control system upgrade, hangar climate control, ground staff wages. Anyway, this oil tiger flying in the sky. As soon as it lands, it will be brushed with oil. Get a facelift. Maintenance costs often account for 10% of the cost of using an aircraft. Several tenths, according to data, if calculated on an annual basis. The total cost will be significantly more than $50 million. Expensive enough to make even the rich feel bad. 4th place, Dongfeng series strategic missiles. Dongfeng missiles from the perspective of deployment and maintenance. The maintenance cost of this guy is even more outrageous. According to expert analysis, each DF-41 missile is stored in a silo. Stay ready to fire. Annual maintenance costs, it's about $10 million. Converted to RMB 17 million. You read that right. A missile costs this much money every year. If this scale is enlarged, 10 missiles will cost 700 million. 100 coins cost 7 billion. And it's not just birth. Nuclear warheads too. Launch vehicle underground warehouse. Comprehensive costs such as command system. There is a calculation that deploying a few missiles costs billions of dollars every year. In other words, these guardian deities, just the cost of taking vitamins every day, it is enough to cover the military expenditure of an average country for several years. 3rd place, Type 055 destroyer. Don't think that the regional team saves fuel. 55 10,000-ton area. The construction cost of each ship is about 6 billion yuan. Think about it. This is already dozens of times more expensive than a Mercedes-Benz luxury car. In theory, the lifespan is several decades. The average annual maintenance cost starts at several hundred million. Experts point out, general ship life cycle maintenance costs about 3 times the cost. That is equivalent to a huge investment of 18 billion yuan. On average, 55 regions spends 500 million to 1 billion yuan every year. It is not surprising to maintain it at a higher level. Let's compare. US Burr-class destroyer. Annual maintenance costs are approximately $81 million. That is 570 million RMB. Blog is just a small ship of 4,000 tons. R055 has a displacement of 10,000 tons. More firepower. more electrons. The labor cost alone is high. Plus, maintenance of full-speed gas turbines and hybrid power, electromagnetic protection, coating maintenance, waterproof seal test. Maintenance difficulty is high. Maintenance cycle abnormality. Replacing parts is a huge expense. In conclusion, want to rely on Dragon Shield to build a Chinese version of Iron Vanguard. The silver invested in the pond every year. Definitely not inferior to aircraft carriers. The second place is Fujian. This is a weapon of the mobile castle level. The annual maintenance cost is not a small amount. It is estimated that China's latest domestically produced aircraft carrier, the Fujian, and its escort fleet, annual maintenance costs are about 8 billion yuan. Don't blink! 8 billion is just the maintenance fee. That's not even counting the construction costs. Let's break it down and talk about one of them. Fuel costs are very high. Carrier propulsion, either nuclear power, is no longer discussed. Either fuel-powered. Aircraft carriers consume more than 100,000 tons of fuel each year. 100,000 tons. Don't you think it's scary? Need to know. The U.S. Nimitz aircraft carrier is maintained annually. That's $600 million. About our MB for billion. Our 8 billion is like flying over the eaves and walls. The second is labor and material costs. Thousands of sailors. Sailor aircraft crew salaries. The training fee and food cost a lot. There is also the aircraft carrier itself and the current aircraft. Daily maintenance of escort ships. Spray paint, anti-corrosion, replacement lubrication, etc. The machines are worn out and need to be repaired and replaced one by one. Overhaul every 6 months. Equipment aging. Paint peeling and other things need to be repainted every year to prevent rust. Not cheap. In total, an aircraft carrier fleet, the annual maintenance fee starts at several billion yuan. It's maintenance. It's better to say that it's just burning money. The Jiangsu shipyard is almost laughing. First place. Type 09 for strategic nuclear submarine. As for us, the Navy's underwater warrior, the Type 09 for strategic nuclear submarine, figures available from the outside world. Like a secret in the deep sea, there is almost no public funding. But I can reveal one thing. Our ND investment has exceeded our MB 100 billion. This huge amount of money is only used to build. The experiment cost an astonishing amount of money. Submarines are not cheap. A nuclear submarine must maintain a neutron reactor and high-end manufacturing systems. Not only do we regularly replace fuel rods, each voyage requires a large amount of supplies. And every time we return to the port, we have to clean the warehouse and remove rust, repair sonar and money control equipment. It can be said that the maintenance difficulty is huge. The cost is astronomical. The outside world's estimates are simply impossible to figure out. But from the perspective of the hundreds of billions of investment, subsequent maintenance of China's nuclear submarines, they must be all money-burning monsters. We dare not give random numbers, but it is conceivable. The maintenance costs of the warships in front of me. It will never lose to any warship with a shiny appearance. Maintenance costs are not a small expense. It's the big numbers on the National Strategic Ledger. The maintenance cost is enough. Only when a country's military equipment can truly exert its combat effectiveness. Not enough investment. No matter how good the product is, it is just for show. So, military powers compete with each other not only by buying equipment. You must be able to afford long-term maintenance.